How are you guys doing? So I'm Diego Quinteiro. I work for Facebook, and I'm a partner engineer. So first thing they asked today for me is what a partner engineer does. We are engineers that work with external partners and external developers. Our focus is to help the external community to integrate with Facebook products in the best way. So hopefully I will get a little bit of this today with the presentation. So I will be talking about instant articles. How many of you know what instant article is? I see a few hands. I know these guys from my work know it. So yeah, instant articles, as you can see, is a technology built from Facebook for publishers, with publishers in mind. And it's intended to allow you as a publisher to get your content into a more immersive storytelling format that is native within the Facebook app. So by using instant article, you get your content that is usually on your website to be rendered natively, which is faster. So yeah, today I'm going to make a comparison. I will tell a little bit how a regular browser works, and then how instant article works for you guys to understand why it's really faster on Facebook. So everything on a web browser becomes with an URL. It can be an URL that you type on your address bar, or it can be a link that you click. So starting with this URL, there are several processes the browser needs to make in order to show you the content of the page. So starting with the URL, the next step would be to get an IP address, because the IP address is what really tells the browser where the content is, where to fetch the information from. So here in this step, by converting URL to IP address, you already lose some milliseconds, especially in low internet connections, slow internet connections. After you know the IP address, the browser fetches a page, and that's the HTML per se. And it's mostly the text content that comes, and if the internet connection is not super fast, you probably see by this time, like the browser starts to render the page without the image or without any style, and gives like this broken experience for a while. After the page is fetched, within the page, it starts fetching the scripts that are need to give interaction to the elements on the page. So if you have a slideshow, if you have a menu that it's a drop-down, that's a JavaScript rendering it. It fetches the videos. So it needs to download the video, and that usually happens after the page is loaded. Sorry, I have a code. The image, so the image starts downloading and filling the page. Sometimes you see like the page flow changing because the images are downloaded and stretching the scroll. And you also get the style that comes in form of a CSS file that also download afterwards and gives the appearance of the page. So that's a regular web browser. There are several steps, and there are several rendering steps between each of these downloads. With instant articles, we reduce most of them. So here's how like this diagram will look like for instant articles. You are in a Facebook mobile app, so it's a product really for mobile devices. When you tap on a link on newsfeed that is an instant articles, instead of loading your web page, if you configure an instant articles, it will load the instant article representation of this article, which is all pre-cached. So everything is downloaded by the time you tap it. Because as we know that you're using your newsfeed, that you're probably clicking this link, we already downloaded before you even do it. So it's native, so there's no rendering step, so everything will show immediately at the same time. The videos are also ingested by Facebook, and they live within Facebook servers. So we don't need even to get the IP address for where the video is or where the image is. It's all on the same IP as Facebook. Also, the style is consistent and default. Like you can configure like your logo, colors, but the structure is the same, and then it renders automatically without like this stretching effect. So there are several ways of integrating instant articles. So before like we go into like the details of instant articles, let's go over a regular flow on your CMS. You start with your article content, and the editor will go into the CMS, the content management system, and it will generate a mobile web version. This is done at scale, so several editors might be working at the same time. And you could get one of these mobile web versions and convert into instant articles manually. That's one possibility. But that doesn't really fit on your workflow. You probably want it to be automated. So that's why us from Partner Engineering worked with the community to develop an SDK and some plugins, so the process is completely automated. Here's a list of some of the platforms that we currently integrate with. You probably know some of them or most of them, especially like Drupal and WordPress, where we were directly involved in the development. So if you use any of these platforms on your website, you can get instant articles. It's one click away from you. So that's really all I have for today for you guys. So I hope I keep like the event on schedule. Here are some resources. The first link is for general information about instant articles. The second one is a blog where you can follow any news related to instant articles. And the last one is the PHP SDK that we developed.